it's just way too funky.
Okay, Mr. Ricky Booth, we just heard from the big boss a little bit about the history of the rodeo, and we hear you have an interesting story about your lineage and connection.
Oh, sure. Back in 2011, 2012, I served as the big boss of this organization, and how I got started is through my family connections. My grandparents, Doc and Petey Parton, were two of the charter members of the organization. My mother and father have both served in the organization. My father is big boss in 1989, and my mother is concessions chairman for a long, long time. She still works there.
Wow.
And my kids now as well. They help out. They also ride in the youth quadrille, and you can come out to the rodeo and get to see them all 3 days.
That's very cool. So as far as giving back to the community, could you tell us a little bit more about that, how the community will benefit with a rodeo day, aside from having like a day off from school? Because that's cool.
Of course, all kids are excited to get a day off school, right? Well, what the Silver Spurs organization has always been an organization about giving back. If you heard from Tim earlier about the first rodeo, was a war bond drive effort. Today, we continue to be, we do youth scholarship programs, and we try to donate to many local charitable organizations. We want this community to thrive, and we want Osceola County to be continue to be a great community to live in. And we also want the Silver Spurs Rodeo and the heritage of Osceola County to be a big part of that going forward.
And that's awesome. So you said there's kind of been a paradigm shift from being an agriculture community to a community needing to be educated on agriculture. How do you guys accomplish that?
How do we accomplish that? I don't have all those answers for you, but I'll tell you what, I think it's very important for young folks today, or even older folks that don't know where their food comes from, to have an understanding of how something gets onto their plate, because we see a lot of things go through legislatively, not only on this local and state level, but on the national level, that can be damaging to agriculture and our production here, not only in Osceola County or Florida, but in the whole nation. So we have to stay vigilant as ag producers to make sure that these things, that ag is represented and at the table, no pun intended. So it's important but the best way to fight that, to combat that, is for young folks and folks of all ages to be educated about how things get put in the ground, how they come out of the ground, and how they're processed and then end up in your belly. Too much ends up in my belly.
Now, speaking of the ground, how big is this area? Just to give people an idea.
We're talking about the Silver Spurs Arena, or are we talking about Osceola County?
Well, Silver Spurs, how large is that?
The indoor arena that we're in now will seat over 8,000 people. I don't have the square footage, but
that's a lot of people.
But it's a far cry from when they started and they were out and just had a fence around the dirt lot.
Yep.
And everybody stood around and watched, to the old arena, to the original arena that would maybe sit a couple thousand people, to then the remodeled outdoor arena that would sit up to 6,000, 7,000 people, to now this covered indoor, air-conditioned, or heated, probably this weekend, arena. We've come a long way, but I think that speaks to the quality of the folks that have been involved with this organization from the very beginning.
Absolutely. The community commitment I particularly love. What's next for you guys? What's coming up?
Well, we're going to work really closely with our county. As you know, we have signed on to our Osceola County, not just Silver Spurs Rodeo Club, but Osceola County has signed on to host the National Circuit Finals, the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association National Circuit Finals. I know it's a mouthful, but we'll be hosting that in March. We'll be helping the county to put that rodeo on. It's the second largest professional rodeo in the United States of America, and it will happen right here in Kissimmee. We're going to be a big part of helping put all that together. Also, we want to continue to grow and expand the Silver Spurs brand, because we know a lot of people in the community have benefited from the thousands and thousands of volunteer hours that folks have put in over generations. So we want to continue that. We want to continue to expand our scholarship program and continue to expand our charitable donations. The only way we can do that is to have folks come out and enjoy the show.
Awesome. If someone wanted to get involved with any of your programs, where would they go for information?
We go to silverspurrodeo.com. Check that before you put that on there. I don't know if that's the website for. I think it is. But we don't have a big staff. We're all volunteer-based organization. But anybody who wants to reach out and better the Osceola County community, we will be more than happy to speak with.
That's amazing that you guys are all volunteers, but one person.
We do. We have one office manager. But again, I think that speaks to the quality of the individuals involved in this organization.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
I'll see you at the rodeo.
All right.